What's up? Welcome back to the shore. I am Sai, and today I have a really interesting idea. I haven't done like a video in a while, so I'm gonna do a mukbang. Got some good old hibachi right here. We're about to throw down, so we're gonna get into that. Thank you for being here. Get into the video. Cheers. This is actually what is it? This is a plum wine. Nasty. Sake. So I want to say it's Japanese, so it is kind of on brand. About to throw down. Let's get into these topics, these things. Get into. Okay, so before I even start digging in, I do have a topic for this video. The topic of this video is value versus money. What do I mean by that? Let me take a sip. So what brought this idea to mind is the idea that I'm a very savvy shopper. So when I buy anything, I just don't like to feel ripped off. I work for my money, regardless if I work for it or not. I value my money, and I think I'm the type of person where I'm never just gonna believe what someone tells me. Like, you tell me this is this price. If that's your price, cool. But that doesn't mean that's what I'm paying, or that doesn't mean that's what I have to agree to. So I have always lived my life feeling like I don't wanna get got. But I feel like sometimes it makes me feel like, am I being cheap? Am I being a penny pincher? Am I being too frugal in some aspects? Because sometimes it's just like, okay, what does $2 really, do? But I do feel like they add up. I live in New York City, and sometimes I take the train because you will be sitting in traffic for 2 hours trying to get somewhere, regardless if it's an Uber or you're driving. Like, you just don't want to be in that and have to go through that. And the train is just like boom, boom. And you may have to cover your ears and your eyes and all your senses, but you're gonna get there. And that's the point. When I first moved here, the train cost $2 and I believe like 40 cents to, go anywhere in the city. You take the train, you get on an hour, wherever you're going. You don't have like price points or anything. Like, it's $2.40 to get to point A to point B. And if it's a round trip, I guess you end up paying $5, but that's $5. That sounds like, okay, yeah, tax, sure. Now, I've been in New York for 2.5 years, going on 3. I guess it's technically 3 now, but it just rose to $4.80. And I don't even remember them telling us, I'm sure they did, but seeing that on my Apple Pay, seeing that on the Apple Pay summary, I'm just like, I feel like I got, and I don't like that. And so little things like that. I know that's just inflation, but the little prices, the little things do count up, because now that means $5 one way. So it's $10 if you go on round trip, girl. And I don't like how that sounds sometimes, because it sounds like you're penny pinching, but you know what value is. I just wanted to dig into that today because I was triggered a bit. I know I'm not a cheap girl. What I am is a girl who values what she has and values the exchange. I actually haven't started digging into my food because my food is another option today. I love this little relationship I have with delivery apps. We have a budget for how much I want to spend every week just to keep myself in check. It also stops me from doing too much because hibachi is already what, $30? And it's only Tuesday, so some weeks, and with that being said, it also makes me think a little bit more. This meal was a meal that I got a few months ago, and the price came out to be $25. Now, hibachi normal base price is $30, so I got extra stuff and it was only $25. So I'm like, okay, that's a value, because I know if I show up at that store, or even if I just order it from their website or something, I'm gonna be paying $40 for what I ordered. This meal in particular, I was looking at it. This time I didn't get the full meal, I just got my noodles instead, but I'm so excited because I'm just like, this is my thing. I love when I just get them, I don't get got, I like to get them. I go between DoorDash and Uber Eats. I don't really use any other platforms. Those two work pretty well for me. So on Uber Eats, I used to have the Uber One, the premium subscription. And I do have the premium subscription on DoorDash. But Uber Eats sometimes is just like, why do I have this? I most of the time order off of DoorDash anyway, because it's just more bang for buck. But Uber be having crazy sick deals sometimes, so I still keep it around. Exhibit A. Went to order this food, and the total came up to $36. I just got a regular hibachi, didn't get any type of add-ons, but with delivery fee, the taxes, and everything included, it came up to $36. I somehow found a deal within the Uber app. They were giving me 40% off certain meals or orders. And I feel like with Uber, once you start clicking around a bit, you just find certain things, or buy one, get one free and stuff like that. So this same meal that was $36, I think I found a way to get $12 off of that, and I paid $24 for a full hibachi meal and for it to be delivered. And for me, that's just pure value. I learned about getting into like delivery apps during the pandemic because obviously everyone was, and they had so many deals during that time, and I got really used to it and comfortable, but it also opened my eyes up to see what was even possible. So me seeing that they could just easily knock off $12 if I make the right call or I click the right button, that's the prime example of what I mean by value, because it's like, sure, you can just put down your card and say yes to anything, but when you know that there's an opportunity for money to stretch further and for your money to get you what you want, and then a deal on top of that, I just feel like that's so rewarding me. I feel like this food is gonna taste better. It's gonna like definitely be 2 meals in there, and that's gonna be even more rewarding. I got 2 meals for $24. I'm all about it has to be bang and buck. I probably wasn't gonna get this if it was $36. I would have just went into the kitchen and cooked. I could have like made something happen. But if I'm gonna get this, you know, I want the value to be there. And I think things lose value sometimes when it's just hiked up. Reminds me like when you go on vacation and they know that you're a tourist. And so they upcharge you like, it's Disney World, and people pay it because they don't like, you know, they feel like that's the price. And I feel so strongly about that. And I really think that's what valuing your time, money, efforts, all of that is about. Is like, not settling for what someone offers you, knowing your worth, knowing its worth or value to you, just knowing that like you don't have to accept what's given to you. I think that's like a word though. I don't just accept what someone's given to you. I love the idea of taking a step. Take a pause, think about it, tell the person, let me get back to you. But when you come back, a lot of times there's $12 knocked off. You're getting the same meal. This is the exact same meal. And I wanna say these apps like track you sometimes. I almost want to say they saw that I was looking in other restaurants, going in DoorDash and stuff, and they just like said, oh, by the way, this is here. Just like, it's not a big deal, but then it is, because these type of things build up and they add up, and it's like one day it's this, the next day it's like you paying $300 extra for something, and you're just like, oh, I just thought that's how much it cost, but you didn't do enough research, you didn't look around, you didn't ask questions. It's another thing with like people when they call customer service of a business and people tell them one answer and they're just like, okay, well, I guess I have to accept that, and they're upset about it. They always say the squeaky wheel gets the attention, or however that line goes, but like the one that makes noise, the one that's heard, the one that's seen, the one that you annoy so much, they're like, fine, I guess I will. Another thing I want to talk about, and this is just like one of the moments that was a turning point for me, really understanding value, money, worth, all of those things. So I got my first Chanel bag when I was, I believe, 24, and it was a gift. Now, this first Chanel bag was also my most expensive bag at the time, and was just kind of like such a snap of the finger moment, like it's there and it happened and then you're somewhere else, that it made me really look inside and think and feel. This is my little dust bag. No, very sparkly. She's yeah. But to be honest, this is more of a museum piece than anything else. I don't really wear her that often. I do want to get something to kind of like prop her up a bit more. I'm also thinking about selling her, because like this bag was $10,000 and it was a gift, and it was very much like a now you see it, now you don't. In the sense of like, you really can get anything you want if you know your power and know your worth and how to like use it properly. But the purpose that I want to speak on this bag is like the value of it. I had a wallet and a few little trinkets and stuff like that. So I was excited because it's Chanel, you know, like I'm a girl, just a girl. So I'm excited, and the way it happened, like it was just like at the end of the day, it's just a bag. It's like I see the value in this now, that someone invested in me, and now I can go get $10,000 for this bag at any time. And if I ever need anything, if I ever feel, you know, whatever, these type of investments are more so just security, you know? And you don't see the bag as some shiny object anymore. You see it as a value that it is, which means Chanel bags go up in value like every year. These type of bags normally go up in value every year. So if I could keep this bag and get $20,000 for it, I'm like, and that's the difference between the money and the value. The money part goes away so quickly. You either spend the money or you keep it, but you gotta pass it along. Money can't stay here, but value truly can. And I just think it's so important that we like remember that and sit in that, make decisions with that in mind. I think for me, like one of my affirmations is I am wealthy, but then I have another affirmation where I say I am valuable. And I think they both have different frequencies. I think being wealthy means that you have laid it down the line, you have it trickling down, you have it making money for you. I feel like value is the richness inside of it. When you look at it, it looks like what money should feel like. You want money to feel like it has like such value that it becomes priceless in a way. Like it's just so different. And I just really wanted to speak on that. I actually do not want to sit up here and eat while I'm on the camera. We will grow to that. We will definitely try to grow to that. I definitely love watching, you know, all the videos and seeing everything on YouTube or wherever. But I'm like, I feel like if I get distracted, my mind's gonna go here. I'm gonna just be like a squirrel. So I just wanted to get all this out. It was a thought that I had. So I hope this video was something to continue the conversation or start the conversation in your mind. How do you guys see value? How do you guys see money? How do you guys use value or you use money? How do you see it? I would love to know about your thoughts, your perspectives. Maybe I'm wrong in some areas. You know, I'm just sharing my opinion here. Thank you guys for listening and watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.